this car is a fun car to drive. Lovely. Right everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, as you can see, I've swapped my ST200 for the new Fiesta ST, courtesy of Ford. Thank you very, very much. So they've sent me this lovely new Fiesta ST for a week, so I can go and film some content, you know, take some lovely pictures and just share my thoughts on this pretty cool car. And you guys already know my thoughts. You know that I like this car. I reviewed it a couple of times, once against my ST200. Not really a massive like comparison though. It's more of like some rubbish sort of comparison of a drag race in the middle of an industrial estate, which didn't work out too well. But today I'm just going to be talking to you a little bit about my thoughts on the car, and whether I would actually swap for the swap my ST200 like permanently for this. So, you know, at the moment I'm really undecided. I think from my point of view, you know, my car's been remapped and I really do enjoy it, and it is lovely to drive, but the ride, it's such a firm ride in the Mark 7s, which is fine, I'm used to it now. Whereas this just generally, I personally think, has a better ride comfort. It's not as, you know, it's not as hard, it's not as firm, but you know, you get the nice sort of, I don't know what you would say. It's a bit like what they've tried to do with this car is turn it into kind of like a family sport hatchback thing. Whereas a Mark 7 was kind of looked at as like not a boy racer's car, but more of a, you know, someone that drives it isn't going to have a family, isn't going to have, you know, it's a lot of the time it's just going to be them driving it. Whereas with this, what they've tried to go for is more of a, I personally think anyway, is more of a family sort of feel. Like you get the sporty sort of family feel to that. But this car generally, I think, you know, even if you were to drive it normally, like from a Mark 7 owner, I think that it is a massive step up. I think the car itself is better all round. Exterior wise, you know, what they've done with it, I don't know whether they say it's more aerodynamic or whatever they've done. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference really, but you know, what we can see is that the interior is a lot better. It's been updated, and that's what we all wanted for an absolute eternity. Was we wanted it to be updated, and you know, because you look at the Mark 7, even up to the year 2017 when I bought mine, it literally hadn't changed at all, one bit, from when they first released it. From what I can remember anyway. But in this, it's all updated. You've got the new Sync 3 infotainment system and all the latest sort of jazz when it comes to the Ford kind of interior, to match up with their current Focus and Ford Edge and that models, and the Vignale or whatever it's called. I don't know, the Cougar Vignale. Even though the interior on them is slightly higher spec, but you know, you're getting the same sort of system. But you know, it's a good car, really good car. You know, that's just like a little fourth gear pull when you need it. We're going to take on some B-roads anyway. But yeah, the car itself, I don't know whether I'd swap it for. I love it, and for someone that does own a Mark 7, I would swap it. But because I own an ST200, I kind of had that like limited edition factor, and I'm like, I don't really want to get rid of it. I kind of want to keep it for a while, see what the value is worth in a little bit, and kind of look where my options are from there. But for me, I want more power. And I want a bigger car, so my genuine next step for a car is probably going to be a Focus RS. However, I wouldn't rule this out, because this is such a good all-rounder. It's quick, it's generally quicker than the standard Mark 7. Mine's even been remapped, and as you saw in my previous videos, when I compared the ST200 to this, yeah, my ST200 gave it a good match. It's my ST200, you know, it had an extra, what, 27 horsepower? But you know, if you look, there you go, that's literally 60, you know, from a 1.5 litre engine. It's nice. 6 gear manual gearbox as well. But ST200 maybe slightly different because, you know, they've got slightly bit more power. But, you know, the way these things put power down, there's someone going really slow, so we're going to overtake these in a second. And we can see around the corner, it's generally really, really slow. Right, we're on a B road that's 60 or whatever. We're doing really slow. I'm going to go for it in just a second. And I can see that the road is clear right now. There you go. And bear in mind, we're not even in sport mode. We're literally just sat in the normal mode. But the ride comfort's good. I really like it. But this isn't about a review. It's just my kind of thoughts on kind of would I swap and would I not. But yeah, basically this video is me having some fun, a little bit of fun anyway, around the B roads, and chilling out. I don't want to thrash the living daylights out of it because it's only just kind of started out really. Make sure temperatures are good. And they always say you should never thrash a car, what is it, unless it's been driving for like 10 miles. But yeah, I really like the spec they're giving to me in this. The only unfortunate thing is this one does not have launch control, which comes with the performance pack. This doesn't have the performance pack. This just has like the rear view car parking camera and stuff, the rear view set really, and it kind of gives you that kind of edge when it comes to parking, which is a camera. To be honest, I think a camera should come standard with any car nowadays. I think we're at that stage in technology where it should. Other than that, yeah, seats are normal, pretty chilled out, they hug you tight. A lot of people aren't a fan of these seats. Surprisingly enough, I find them slightly comfier, I think, than my ST200. I think they're kind of firmer, they kind of hold you in tighter a little bit better, especially around kind of the back of your shoulder region around here. Very, very good. But I think the great thing about this, which, you know, the standard Mark 7 doesn't have, is a different drive modes. So if we put it into sport mode, you should hear the exhaust note change a little bit. There you go, so I just changed it to sport mode, and if we now shift into third now, there you go. Yeah, it's quick, and the throttle response on when you put it into sport mode is a lot better. But it's a fun little thing. You know, I don't know what else you want from a car like this, to be honest. I think it's tightened up the suspension, if I'm honest. It feels like it has a little bit. Ride comfort's a little bit firmer now in sport mode. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't know whether I would move to one, but for everyone else, I'd advise you to. Like, if you've got a Mark 7, 100% do it. It's a great car. But for me personally, in my opinion, I want an RS. Heart set on an RS, so that's probably what I'm going to go with. But if I wasn't, and I didn't need to go for an RS, I'd probably get this. I think this blows away its competitors for the fun factor, especially. Like, you don't need all the power in the world to have fun. You just need a good chassis, which this has. You know, good interior to be able to comfortably drive this whenever you need to. Like, this has got the B&O sound system as well, which is great. I haven't even listened to it yet, but you know B&O is always a good brand to work with and collaborate with, so of course you're going to get a good sound system with this. Even with the Sony one and the standard Mark 7s was really, really good. So the fact they partnered with B&O is even better now. But yeah, I really, really like this car. It's comfortable, it does what you need it to do, it's spacious, but we'll go into that in a bit more further detail in another video, kind of like what you can do, like living with a new Fiesta ST. But one thing I do love about this car is on my Mark 7 ST200 or 7.5, whatever you want to call it, next to the clutch you've got that little footrest thing, and it really annoys me because I kind of just want to like lay my foot out all the way down, but I always have to like rest it on there, my knees up, and I get like leg ache and stuff down the back of my leg. Especially if I've been driving for like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. With this, it's gone, so I can stretch my leg out, and it's nice, especially for a tall person like me. I'm like 6'1", I think. Whether you classify that as being tall, I don't know, but you know, it's good for me because it allows me to stay comfortable. I'd say it is a comfier ride than the Mark 7, depending if, well, as standard anyway, as stock. Depending whether you get like coilovers or springs or a new suspension kit or whatever you want to do to your car. But you know, the way this thing delivers power is great. And one thing I do also love about it is that the, you know, Revo and stuff like that and companies like that have already tuned these. Like even, you know, some of them are getting 250 brake horsepower out of this 1.5 litre 3-pot engine and 3 cylinders. Oh Jesus! And the great thing about this car as well is that it was designed by Ford Performance as well. like the RS, whereas the standard Mark 7 ST was designed by Ford itself, and didn't really include their performance division, whereas this time they did. And you can generally tell they've been involved when it comes to how the car drives, how it grips to the road, how it handles. You know, I love the flat bottom steering wheel as well. That's something I really like in this car. But yeah, I can't see myself getting one over my ST200, but if you've got a standard Mark 7 or you're not too bothered about moving up to an RS from an ST200, I'd switch, like 100%. You know, I've shown the missus the car, the inside. She hasn't been in it for a drive, that is a video to come. So. But yeah, you know, she likes the interior of it, and I think that's something you've got to keep in mind, especially if you've got partners, wives, kids or whatever. You know, it is quite spacious in the front, maybe not so in the back, but you know, it's just a good car. It's just such a good all-rounder. And I think price point wise, which is something I want to come into in another video as well, is really good. The price point of these cars are outstanding, really. People think they're quite expensive, but like, put it in line with inflation and put it in line with the price points of other cars in this category, they're very much on par, and you're getting a better car. Really are. I wonder if I can get the pops and bangs out of this. Let me put the window down a little bit. I don't want it to be really windy. I'll do it in a second. You probably heard the exhaust there. Ready? There you go, get the pops and bangs. Ready? Yeah, so you can hear that popping and banging, but we'll shove it back up into third anyway. But yeah, it's you know, that's one thing I do love, and I forgot to mention. The exhaust on this thing is so much better than the Mark 7 ST. Some people I know would generally probably just upgrade for the sake of the sound, because the way they've tuned it to act with the fact that you can open and close the valves when you go into normal and sport mode and stuff like that, it's just awesome. Never really got that with the standard ST. Right, so we're averaging 36.4 miles to the gallon. Bear in mind this is a press car, so the people who have had it have probably driven it quite hard. Pretty much equaling what I've got. Let this bust through. Now I get 36.7 out of my ST. I used to get 42 when I used to commute to Heathrow and back. Not anymore. That's because all I do is like city driving, well, round town driving as they call it. Right. Time for some fun. There we go. And that's why this car is a fun car to drive. You chuck it into sport mode and it just turns into a complete different animal. Honestly. Love it. But it's one of them cars, isn't it? It's like, you love it, but would you buy one? Oh, I don't know. But I would if I didn't want to get an RS so bad. I really would, but yeah. It's a good car. It really is, and it's really fun to drive. And I admire anyone who decides to go and get one, because you're going to be very lucky and have a lot of fun in this car. But I think I'm going to end the video there. I've shown you guys some cool stuff about this car, and as you can see, I've swapped it for the ST200-ish for a week, so I get to have some fun with it, and I'm hoping I can get some cool content for you guys to see on this. I'll wait for this van to go past. But yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, that little thumbs up button, a little likey, and make sure you subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my latest content. Always helps the channel out as well, so I really appreciate that. And if you do want to get notified when I do next upload, or when I live stream or whatever, and you want to come and join that little community that we have going on, click the little bell icon in the above this video. That guy's driving like an absolute pillock, but never mind. But yeah, click the little bell icon, that'll give you post notifications, and turn that on for you. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I will catch you in the next one. after I hopefully don't kill myself at this junction. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.